See that black man say peace. Leave that black man say peace. All I'm trying to say is in the streets. Keep the peace, man. I keep the peace. If I gotta pray God with you. Different color jewelry look like different flavor color popsicle. Summertime like Slim Jim hot.
What's going on with you, Jaylee?
Not much, Brody. Taking it one day at a time.
Man, that's all we can do, man. I appreciate you for tapping in. I know I'm being a pain in your ass, but hey, that's gonna be me. I'm just gonna be one of them pain in the ass media guys.
No, never that, man. You good? You good, man? I don't have no problem.
You know, I'm trolling. You know, I'm trolling all the way, but I mean, like I say, but still, truthfully speaking, I am, appreciative of anybody who taps into my live because you don't have to do it. You know what I mean? You could have been on any live in the world, but you here with me.
Yeah, that's real. Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? So, like, what's been going on with you since the last time I seen you?
Man, not much, man. We just been working, bro. Preparing for the new year.
First quarter.
Yeah, man. You know, just wanna. I don't know. We did the opposite of what people usually do. You know, at the end of the year, people usually lay back.
They do like wrap ups and like compilation albums and stuff like that. So
so we did something different. Like I just told the team like, let's go, let's drop this shit like wildfire. Let's wake them up and prepare for the new year. You know.
And that's something that's off kilt. Like a lot of people don't do shit that's off kilt. Everybody pretty much follows a guideline and diagram. You know, 4 quarters, you're supposed to do this in the 4th quarter. You're supposed to do this in the 1st quarter. But you said, the hell with it. Yeah,
man. It's like you got to do stuff outside of the box. You know, you can't always follow the system that they create. Like we gotta stop being scared of creating our own systems. Like I don't have no fear when it comes to that.
Well, yeah, and I've been in close vicinity with you, and I can, pause. But you can be around certain people, and without them speaking, you can tell the powerful energy and see powered by. You can tell the powerful energy that they have. You're like, well, this guy, yeah, like he doesn't do formal things, and to me, that's somebody after my own heart because I'm not a formal person. I might not even be doing this media thing the right way I should be doing, but I'm doing it my way. So we're not formal.
That's it, bro. But that's the benefit of owning something. When you own it and it's yours, you can do what you want. You don't have no rules. You the rule maker. You know. So like you said, you're doing it the way you want, and I think you're doing a damn good job. I know who you is, and a bunch of other people know who you is. So it's working.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Right, and that's what the thing is. It's like all right. So I think I've told you this before. I might not have, but my keyword, I come up with a keyword at the beginning of every year, and sometimes it might come into fruition, sometimes it don't. Mm-hmm. But this is one of the few years where one of the words that I said at the beginning of the year, but me being me and dealing with certain people, my keyword for 2022 was audacity.
Yeah.
And you see how you laugh right there. See? And I was on to something when I hit that because 2022 has been about all that. You know, before I did this media shit, I was just like a independent A&R and doing A&R work and shit like that.
Okay.
And dealing with artists, you come across a lot of audacity. Like, Ramirez, what's up, man? You got to holler at me too, yo. All right, don't worry about it. Like, I'm going to link up with you, though. But listen, just stay in the comments, but we're going to holler. But yeah, Jaylee, like, audacity, yo. Like, and I know you being in the position you in, I know you've dealt with audacity. You might not be dealing with the team you with now because your team's strong now. You finally, you built up something. But beforehand, I'm pretty sure you had some stories about audacity.
Yeah.
All right, before I continue, I'm going to make this a Several Questions with Stan special. It's not a formal Several Questions with Stan, but I'm going to make it a special since you on here. Just to let you know.
Okay.
But go ahead, continue. Like, tell me some of if you have any story, 1, 2, maybe about artists and the audacity they have, either breaking in or just meeting you.
Man, honestly, bro, I got stories on.
We need parts on this. We need 1 part, 2 part. But yeah, I'm gonna be around Jaylee a lot. Then I need to dig. I'm gonna dig your brain. But just give me like 2 of your top ones that just made you say.
I think one of the stories that I'll never forget was I'm not gonna say the artist's name, but
yeah, anonymity.
Yeah, this when I first started, mm-hmm. And the artist reached out, said that they was looking for management, So I'm like, all right, cool. Well, you know, send me some of your work. Let me hear it. So, you know, they sent me a few songs. Man, I'm sorry. I'm lying. They sent me one song. One song
I was
that
gonna say you
they
got more
had
than one
where I
at
could
one
use.
time. Oh my God. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
So, man, make a long story short, I'm like, well, I believe in you. So we go ahead and I go ahead and start working with the artists. Um, in a month timing, bro. You know, we went in the studio. A lot of people don't know this about me, but I'm a writer as well. So,
I didn't know that.
yeah, man. And so we went in the studio, and the artist just only had first verses. So some of the songs only had first verses. Some of the songs had a first verse in the hook. So I went in there, you know, wrote whatever needed to be wrote, you know, paid for all the studio time for the artist. We by this time we got 6 singles sitting.
That's an
Um,
EP. That's an EP right there.
yeah.
For those who
Now follow me. This was 30 days. This was 1 month. So about 2 weeks after that month, the artist hit me and said, "Hey, I think I gotta move on because I feel like I'm just sitting." So I'm like, what you mean you just sitting? Like, what, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I'm the type of person, if you on my team, I always want criticism from you because I want to be better. I want to grow.
it's
You know what I'm saying? Like,
constructive criticism. Yeah. Go ahead.
absolutely, bro. So I'm always open to constructive criticism from my team. Now, if you're not on my team or you're not somebody that's, you know, dear to me, you probably can't do it, but the family can. You following what I'm saying? So
I got you.
I just wanted to get an understanding of where the artist was coming from, man. And yeah, bro, like I think that was one of the moments where I felt
So that
crazy
artist had
because
that artist had the audacity to tell you that their stuff is sitting when the whole time you're doing everything in your power for them to gain not just for their records or whatever they recorded to get out there. Because let me stop. Let me digress first, and then reassert.
yeah,
You Most artists don't even come into guys like you, don't meet guys like you with their own motion. I mean, you've been able to compile a team of people that had their own motion before they got to you. But to
yeah,
the
that's
ones that don't
facts.
have motion, it's just like, what do you want me to do, guys? Like, you have no motion. I can do this, I can do that, but you have no motion. Like, and the audacity for you to say your stuff is sitting when you have somebody like you who's paying for studio time, who's getting the marketing out there while you sitting somewhere playing Madness or Grand Theft Auto somewhere, and not out there trying to do your social media bombs and 3-4 times a day on all of the four majors. You know, we talk
Yeah,
about the four
yeah,
majors.
yeah,
You're not hitting your
yeah.
four majors.
Lola, what's up, Lola?
I'll get her next then.
Yeah, watch out for Lola, man. Lola about to she ready to take over, man. We ready to do something crazy with
And
Lola.
see, that's what I'm saying. You got people I don't even know about. I mean, I know about ATM. I know about Box Check, my baby girl Muwap. You know what I'm saying? Like, sorry. So talk to me real quick about the team, the Power by team. Let's change because I'm done with Audacity. Like we about to finish off with 2022. If anybody got Audacity with me in 2022 or Jaylee, TEW 2022. I don't know what to tell you right now, but leave that audacity in this year. And
Yeah.
2023 is going to be about humbleness, being humble.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, that's what I live by, man, because I know what it's like to have it all and lose it all and have to get it right back.
Mm.
You following what I'm saying? But when people don't
And
understand
explain,
that this,
explain, please, if you can.
yeah, man. So in 2018, that's when I started on like my you know, like my whole entrepreneur
The
journey, you know,
movement.
full time. And man, to be honest, I started out in radio. I opened up a radio station.
I'm,
And
I'm learning a lot about you tonight. Go ahead, keep going. I'm sorry.
yeah, bro, and everything was going good for a minute, man, and eventually it just started to shift. One of the main reasons, of course, was because, well, I did a gospel radio station. Like I
Really,
wanted to do something different.
word,
Um,
word.
one,
That's different though. You know, that is different. You know, like on some what's his name? What's the dude that do the song Blessings? Lecrae.
yeah, yeah. So what I was trying to do, bro, was create a new sound in that realm though. So I wanted to at that point in time I was trying to like still have like that street feel and that street sound, but with a more positive message. So, it was like I was trying to introduce them to a new sound, pretty much.
You create and introduce.
Yeah, man. But long story short, like I say, man, it eventually that business venture didn't go as planned, and man, I really hit rock bottom after that. Like I invested a lot of money into that project. So I know how it feel, man, to be on top, and like when you're doing good, you got everybody around you.
Say that again.
You
Say
know
that
what I'm
again.
saying? Like when you're doing good, or if a person feel like you can do something for them, everybody love you. But the moment you can no longer say yes or give or do, that's when you,
They
you
go.
see who. Yeah, man, you see who can really go for you. So I'ma always be humble, man. I don't care if I become a millionaire tomorrow, I'ma still move around. I'ma move safe. I'ma move smart. But what I'm saying is, I'ma still be the same person. Like that dollar can't change who I am, bro. Like I've experienced
Right.
too much, and a lot of people don't know. Like even in my younger years, my teenage years, I was homeless. You feel me? So
Oh,
yeah, bro, it's a lot. There's a lot to me, and there's a lot. There's a lot of experiences I had in life that just made me the way I am, bro. You know.
it made you stronger. I mean, not to like go all the way back, but to piggyback off of what you were saying, do you think that the style of music that you were producing at that time caused the breakdown because you wasn't doing gangster rap or hardcore hip, you was doing gospel? So do you think that, I mean, pardon me, Lord, but do you think the reason why you didn't succeed at that time was because you was trying to do things that had something to do with gospel? It ain't nothing to do with gangster rap and shooting and busting down packs and bitches and shit. You think that had something to do?
Um, no, I honestly, bro, in the gospel arena, like Christians don't support gospel music.
Oh, wow. Say that again. Say that again. Say that again.
Yeah, Christians don't support gospel music. So the odds of writing a gospel song for an artist or
Icon.
the God, um, or the actual. So what I was doing was I was managing God rappers who called themselves gospel rappers, right?
Oh, oh shit. So are you gonna go into detail with that? Cause I don't mean to keep getting too into it, but like when you're dropping gems like this, like the uninitiated needs to know, and I'm one of the uninitiated this time.
Yeah,
Usually I'm
so
initiated.
I start tapping into the management side, right? Around that time in 2018. And the first artists I ever managed, they was gospel rappers. Both of them originally was, they did secular music originally, but they got to a place where they was like, yo, I want to try and send a positive message. And it was pretty much my job to brand and mold them to do that in that arena. I knew it was going to be hard, so I took the challenge. I knew that people weren't going to be receptive to it, but yeah, man. I mean, overall, it was good.
You knew that. So you knew that. See, somebody like you who already knows what they're going into, but still goes into a bullheaded. Call me crazy, but that's somebody I run into a wall for. I'm like, this nigga is nuts, and I want to join in. I'm sorry, like
Yeah,
I
that's
want parts.
real, bro. Like we
Yeah.
can't just always do what's comfortable. No, nothing that sits in comfortability grows.
Oh,
You
Jim.
know what I'm saying? So my goal is to grow daily. I want to be better daily, bro. I don't. That's a fear of mine to wake up next year around this time and I'm in the same place and I'm still the same person with the same mentality. Something wrong there. Every year we get a birthday, right? So we should be progressing to another level. We shouldn't be stuck where we are.
When I when I put this on YouTube and I like pick out, I like to pick out little clips of my show to put on the other platform to get people to tune into it. That would be the gem that I use right there, cause that one right there, like, oh shit, like this, you even hit me just now. And and people that know me personally know that I'm very transparent. I mean, I might get clowned for it sometimes, but stuff that somebody drops, I'll be like, yo. Even at my age, if I heard it from somebody younger than me, I don't give a fuck. Like, it would blow me back. Like, I mean, I only got you about 4 years, but
Yeah, yeah,
and,
yeah.
but just to understand your story and where you were at, like I was never there, you know what I mean, to be homeless, but still like to understand the hunger and the drive that you had. Like, what went into your mentals going into trying to form the Powered By movement?
You said what was my
What went into
mental?
your like, yeah, like your mental status when you said, all right, I'm just gonna start a label?
So, bro, I'm one of them people who I'm my best at my worst. And what I mean by that is, you know how like some people go through stuff and they get depressed and they might not come out the house and all that stuff.
They
I'm the
down,
opposite.
yeah.
So when I'm the opposite, when I'm going through something, that's probably when the most creative. Um,
Hmm.
at the time, I had ran into an artist by the name of Remy Ruger, and he asked me to manage him. By this time, I wasn't managing anyone. I actually was in like one of the lowest. Once again, one of them situations where I got it back, and then life hit again. You feel me? But what happened was I was in the middle of my divorce at that time, like around the time when I met him.
Welcome
So
to the
people don't,
club. I'm sorry.
yeah.
You
So
struck me with that.
people don't know. Like I named the company Powered at a time when I felt powerless. Like I needed something that I felt was solid that could get me to push through. Like I'm just one of them people. You know what I'm saying? Like if like I'm human. Like people, you know, people that know me always say, "Bro, you hustle, da 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 da. You go hard for it, bro. Let it." Yeah, but it's a strategy that pushed me to go hard. You know what I'm saying? So let's say me and you, let's say we super close and we see each other as brothers.
Facts.
I'm the type of person, if I wake up and I want to quit, I'm going to have you in mind and with the understanding that if I quit today, that I just let you down. At this point, it's bigger than me. Like, I'm
You are very self.
raw. Why?
You're a very selfless person, and I realized that from the first couple of times I met you and shit like that. But I'm gonna let you finish this, but I'm gonna segue off of something that you said. But go ahead, finish. But
Yeah,
I just wanted to.
yeah, man. So I'm just one of those people. So when I created Power, like I said, I was in a rough place at that time, you know. And honestly, you asked about my team. Like my team is the ones that keep me going, and even in my personal life, you know what I'm saying? Like they mean that much to me. When I say family, when I say that, you know, that I love them and I care for them, man, the words can't even express what I really feel for my team.
I've seen it firsthand. See, so when I produce this and I put it on YouTube and people might see it for the first time, they don't know who anybody is that we are talking about. I can testament to that. Like I've been around. I'm like I know the power bot movement and this guy right here, and I see how they all gravitate towards you. I mean, like shouts to baby girl, shouts to Muwap. You know what I'm saying? Like I was with her. I knew her as trash bag. I'll go there. She was trash bag Moody.
Hmm.
And then the transition from that to Muwap, and then the support that came behind it, like right behind her coming with you, came the album, real quick. So I understand that it's always love and it's business, but you did it in a sense where though with her, it's just like I seen the change. The posts were different. The vibe was different.
Yeah,
I don't know if she'll say the same, but I felt it from my vernacular, from my view. And that's just one person. But you, I mean, start that movement. You, like you said, you didn't just start a movement. You started a family, and you got everybody around you. Like I said, box checker. And tell me about that, like, because I told you I did the A&R work and stuff like that.
yeah,
What goes into what is the ingredients to your glue? If you understand what I mean, like what keeps the power bar movement moving as a well-oiled machine? And I'm not even talking about Icon of God, and you got another other show that was just on here. Like what? How do you do that?
man.
How do you?
Uh, just making a conscious decision not to let up, not to give up. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like I don't have a plan B, bro. Like I don't know what else. I don't know what else I can do. My plan B is to C plan A. And if I make it to C, is to go back to A again. You know what I mean? Like I don't really know
Yeah.
I don't I don't know what else I'm great at. You know what I'm saying? Like I know that this is something that I'm great at. I'm good at. Like I've been dealing with music since the age of 12. So it's all I know. Like this was my peaceful place. This was the place that I went to when I needed to just be by myself and have a moment. The
And
music is what did that.
it's always been like that with you, right?
Always.
All right, so I want to go back a couple of questions because I said I was going to talk about this because you, like me, we don't like talking about it. We don't. Nobody likes talking about it, especially men. The women
Right.
might, but men don't. But the divorce thing and what comes after that, like, because I'm a fellow divorcee, so you're not alone with that. But I'll tell you, I'll go with mine first.
Okay.
BlackStan Entertainment would not be here. It might sound crazy, but BlackStan Entertainment would have not been here if I had not got divorced. That makes any
Mm,
sense.
yeah,
My
that makes
growth,
perfect
my
sense.
growth, and I read I was watching somebody else's podcast today. It's like it's not that you're depressed, it's that you're repressed. I think that was the word. You're it's something like that. It was like you're being. It's not that you're depressed because you're in this situation because somebody's blocking you. You know what I
Right.
mean? So after we'll just segue after that the D word happened because I don't like even saying that word. After the D word happened, how did you recoup? What was the uphill?
What was the uphill? Hold on, bro. Give me a second. I'm sorry.
It's a very busy man I'm dealing with right now, so we'll pause this out. But what's up, Kai? We trying to hit another several questions with Stan stuff. I'm on here with my man Power by yeah.
All right, bro. I'm sorry. So what was it again?
No, I was just saying like how like when that happened afterwards, like what was the uphill like every man has to get out that rut. I don't give a fuck who you is. If you've been in that situation like man you have to get out of a rut because you seem like it's lost. You'd have been in that situation, now you back out of that situation, you in a single life again, you trying to find your groove. What was your motivation to get into something after that? This for the
Man,
fellas. I'm gonna post it for the fellas, you know what I mean?
yeah, that process probably was one of the most challenging processes I've ever been through.
Facts.
Because
I hear you. Yes.
as a man, when you make a conscious decision to take that big step and raise a family, your goal is to do it forever. So when it don't go that way, it almost feel like you failed as a man. So my process from that took me about 2.5 years to heal from that.
I'm on pace. It's been about yeah. Keep going. See, that's
Yeah.
what it's a vibe. So hold up. Before I say keep going, it's a vibe. I knew when I sat around you and I sat beside you, not knowing all this dumb shit, but it's just my third eye been open for a few years now, so you have to excuse me on that.
No, you good.
But
You good, man. Yeah, man. But like I said, it took 2.5 years to get that, to get back in that space that I need to be in.
so to all the people that watch my podcast and watch this on YouTube or watching it right now, it's a long game. That is a long game, and there's no timetable on healing or just getting your mental together because you might leave out of that situation and have your money straight, but money is not everything. I've never been facetious about money. I know you needed to be more comfortable in living, but it's not my biggest thing. It's never been. I'm not facetious about money, so even if the female wants all the money, listen, get your mind together. Find you something to do. Find you a hobby. Find you a muse. Find you another business. This guy right here started a whole label. I'm doing my media thing. It can happen. Don't let nobody else tell you differently. You know what I'm saying? So I mean that's just my take on that situation. But to segue and to move along, you know what I'm saying? What's next up for the Power by team?
Bro, at this point, the sky's, the sky's the limit, man. Like I say, we just ready to go into this new year and take everything by storm, man. I feel like so far we done enough for the city to know like that we here. We lit the flares.
Yeah.
But now we need the world though. So the focus is expanding the brand, tapping into other cities and states. And overall my goal was
You
to
talking
only
about this.
build here. You know what I'm saying? Like I wanted to only build up my city, but I realized that even no matter how genuine you do things or no matter how good your intentions are, our city just don't
You
they're not
you
receptive to it.
answered my next fucking question before I got the answer. Yo, we are so on the same frequency right now. Shit's not even funny. Because that was going to be my next question. Like, what is it with Baltimore and the glass ceiling? And you pretty much broke down the glass ceiling, but you didn't break it down. But you explained it in layman terms. But if we were to break it down, and I like to call it the glass ceiling effect,
Mhm.
where artists, entrepreneurs, anybody in the city, it's a very small city compared to other cities I've been in, but it's a glass ceiling method where though people get so comfortable with selling out a little. I don't want to say a little. I'm not going to discredit the venues that I be in, but they might do a couple of numbers there. You know, they got a couple of females on them in the city. Everybody loving their photos and they likes and shit like that. They get a bunch of views. But when you offer them to go out of town or you give them an out of town opportunity, it's almost like they clam up because they know, or it's either they clam up or they don't want to do it at all. They're comfortable here. See, so my biggest thing is artists being comfortable. They don't even want to try to break the glass ceiling. They don't
Yeah.
even try. They say, I'm good here. Philly? Why I gotta go to Philly? Why I gotta go to New York? Like, nigga, like, because the market is bigger
Yeah.
and you want people to know who you are. It's
Not
cool
even
to be.
just the market is bigger, bro. It's just like for some strange reason in our city, people just not receptive to their own, man.
Facts.
You know,
Facts.
and that's biblical though. I seen a passage in the Bible before that spoke about a prophet not being recognized in his own, his own hometown and things like that. That's real.
How about that? Now, and to give testament to that, BlackStan Entertainment. I came up with that name myself, but several questions with Stan, my podcast name.
Mm-hmm.
I got that name from my nigga in Philly.
Mm.
BlackStan Entertainment wouldn't have the motion I had I not gone up there. Shout out to Glockaway radio station up in Philadelphia. Shout out to CME Morning Show, my guy Krabs, who, you know what I mean, my first radio show and shit like that I was on was in Philly.
Oh,
Not here.
wow.
Was no 92Q, wasn't no shout out to all the podcasts that's here in the city. I'm not gonna name all of them, I mean, but y'all know who y'all are, that y'all been doing it for a while. But my first media live broadcast, me talking, I was nervous as fuck, but still, I'm all the way up in Philadelphia. Only Baltimore nigga in the immediate area. But, I hop on the mic and stuff like that. So I understand what you're saying when sometimes you go out of town, then you get popping. Now everybody in your city want to claim you, and then you come back. It shouldn't be like that, but that's just how it is.
Yeah, man. Hey, bro, as for me, man, I'm not really interested in nobody claiming me. Cause you know what I'm saying? Like you
Me
don't gotta
neither.
claim me. I'm not an item. But
He from here.
I
He from Baltimore. He Baltimore.
yeah,
He like Jaylee.
I just think like I just think people need to take time to get understanding to what a person is doing before forming an opinion. Like in our city is weird. Like, let's say if
Real.
I was into podcasting, let's say your
Okay.
podcast, you up. Like you done got contracts, all kinds of sponsors. You done hit the millionaire status, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna see you as motivation, not competition.
But in our city,
It's always competition to them.
listen,
It's never motivation.
listen. I've been on interviews with guys like you. I've been on interviews with people with, I don't know whether fake or real. I've been on podcasts with people with 69,000, 100,000, 150,000. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm still at my little measly little 1,800. Like I just got my main page back, which we're on right now. I had the secondary page.
Mm-hmm.
Where you got people reporting you and stuff like that for my little 1,800 followers. Because how did I start? Because I've only been doing this for about a year and a half now, Jay. So
Okay.
I haven't
Yeah, I'm
even
coming up on 3 years with Power. It's been almost 3 years.
right, because all right. So yeah, all right. So that's what I'm saying. So in a short period of time, you've able somebody like you. If you would have told me that just now, I'd be like, well, shit, this nigga Jaylee been doing this shit for about 10, 15 years.
Nah,
You
not at
around my
all, man.
yeah, you around my age, so I'm like, yeah, shit, he in his 30s, so I know you got to been doing this about half, but you haven't. All right. So the point I'm trying to make is, I haven't even been doing this shit for a full 2 years, and I have people that have been doing podcasts that I've been trying to link up with. I say, hey, I see you. I mean, not saying that they need the help, but I'm saying like,
Yeah,
help me. I'm trying to co-host on your show so I can bump up and I help your show at the same time, and then now we a movement.
bro. At the end of the day, it all works together, man. You know, I try to support people as much as I can, Brody.
Try, key
Yeah,
word, and not to cut you off, but to finish what I was saying. And once they did that, and they went silent on me, I had no other choice. Because if you'd have followed my old page, the page I'm on now, I always was tagging somebody or doing this, that, and the third, or for my accord. Not because they asked me to, because I didn't even charge them. I say, all right, well, use my platform. But then I would send them something. Hey, well, support my podcast then. Put my shit on your stories. Never see it.
mm,
Never see it. So that's where my bitterness, it's not bitterness, but that's where I start to show my sign. I'm a Scorpio. Shout out Smooth Out. We Scorpios. We not nice, especially when we've been disrespected. And I take that as disrespect. Don't text me and say, don't hit me in my DM and tell me, please tag and repost, but I send something to you and it don't even get read. So that's just my little quirk on that shit. Like, but shout out Box Check Marty. You know what I'm saying? But that's just how it is with me. Like, you only got one time to spend the block on me, and you might even get that. You might not even get that one time. It's a
agree,
dirty game.
man.
It's a
I agree. Hey, man, but I just want to like encourage you, man. Don't even feel no type of way about it because, like, a lot of people don't know the things you see me doing with Power.
mm-hmm.
It wasn't even intended for me.
Oh,
I literally wrote this plan out, and I wanted to pitch it to Stokey.
oh, Stogie Project. Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to pitch my idea to Stokey,
Oh,
and what I was going to do was,
that's
I was
exclusive shit.
yeah, I was going to go. You know, if we would have got the chance to actually have that meeting,
Mm-hmm.
I was willing to not be the face of it. Like, bro, I got this idea. I think you'll do amazing with it. So I want to share it.
So it's kind of like a Jay-Z, Dame Dash, Biggs, Time. You want to be the quad partner while somebody else was in the front line, or it was just you just want to hand everything to him, and you just I just want a little clarity. I
Yeah.
want to understand.
Yeah. So, bro, with me, I just don't feel the need to create something if somebody already have something great going on. Maybe I could just add to it. I don't need to create nothing to be similar to what they doing, or you follow what I'm saying? For example,
right.
Again, back to the podcasting. If I felt like I needed an actual podcast, if we got a relationship, I don't need to create that podcast because you already have it. You know, TD Jakes, right?
Facts.
Somebody asked TD Jakes, how did you become successful? He said, because I understand the power of partnerships and relationships.
And not everybody gets there. Ladies and gentlemen, 2022 audacity. Cut it out. Don't have the audacity to not network or partner with somebody, because that's why you're probably lagging, because you probably have a skill that you're lacking in that somebody else is stronger in, and the only thing that's blocking that you and that other person is your ego. Cut it out.
But
But
yeah, man,
continue.
like Stokey, I actually in a sense like admired how he structured everything. So I said, man, I got this idea. I wrote it out, had it all together. I was hitting them. I still got the DMs. Bro, can we get a meeting? Yeah. We're gonna lock in. I'm gonna hit you, let you know the place, and we never got to lock in, which I'm grateful for. You know what I'm saying? Like Big Bruh's that's a good guy. I don't have nothing to. I'm grateful with that,
Yeah, it's
man,
not.
because you get what I'm saying? Like everything happens for a reason. I'll say that.
And I'm a man.
But
I'm a man of fate myself, so that's why I was going to say, like, maybe that not happening allow for the movement that you're doing to happen.
yeah, facts. I mean, because at first, bro, I didn't want to. Like even when I first started Power, it was a faceless brand. Like nobody knew who I was in the beginning. I only branded the artist. I never branded myself.
Yeah, you was the man in the black chair.
Yeah, so it's like I would be in places and people would be asking like, "Who is yo?" I don't know why they was asking. Maybe it was a aura, a domain. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And I just respond like, "Man, I'm just a fan, bro. Like, I'm just a fan of music. Like that's it. I ain't not.
Well,
I'm just a fan of
whole
music."
whole time though, you're something way more than what you're explaining yourself to be. But I get that, because even when I was doing the A&R work and stuff like that, I was just like, no, I'm just here to support my man. That's my guy. I mean, shouts to Buckley the One, shouts to Yoda Fresh, because there was artists I was dealing closely with, and it was just like, no, I'm just here to vibe out and shit like that. That's my guy. You ain't his manager? No, I ain't his manager. And then after a while, they be like, yo, why you ain't doing nothing in this shit? Like, you hang out with these niggas all the time, and you're not, just get on the business side. And now I'm the one yelling out the business side is the best side.
Yeah,
whole,
yeah.
yeah, I'm
You
saying
know what
whole
I'm
time I'm
saying?
just there. I'm just there for the drinks and shit. You know what I mean, but no, I was there for more than the drinks. But I'm just saying, I'm trolling right now. But
Yeah.
you know what I mean, and
For
then
a minute, people thought I was just like Remy security or something because because
well,
I
no
never
disrespect.
posted.
No disrespect, but you can throw me out the club. So I would respect you as a bouncer if you were to say you was. I'm
Hey
not
man,
gonna
I ain't no bouncer, man. I don't even have the patience for it.
lie.
I don't,
You had to pass that shit to bus man.
yeah, bro. I don't even like clubs to be honest with you. I only go there
It's
if it's
business. It's
business
business.
related.
It's business.
Yeah, I don't
Yo,
like crowds of people.
we have we have to talk like off social media. Like we have so much. What is your sign again?
I'm a Gemini.
Oh, shit. Fuck.
Oh man,
I just divorced.
I get
I just divorced the Gemini.
I get
But
that a lot.
I guess the
Every time
male
I say I'm a
Gemini.
Gemini, people act like it's the worst thing in the world.
No, because I just because my ex-wife is a Gemini. That's why I just say, oh Lord. But you're a male Gemini, so you cool. We got testosterone on our side.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I'm 11. I'm a 11 baby. You know what I mean? No Scorpio. Like I said, shout out to Moo Up. Our birthday's like 2 days apart. Two 3 days apart. So yeah, I mean, so if you understand Moo Up and you cool with Moo Up, if you love Moo Up, you would fucking definitely be hot with me, because we are about the same. The only thing the difference is I'm a male. You know what I mean?
yeah. And man, baby sis, man, that's my heart. Like we don't have no issues. We don't even clash to be honest with you.
No, because all she's going to do is cook you up a nice meal and everything's going to be okay. I still
Man,
have to
baby
taste that.
sis take care of us, man. I promise.
I got to taste that cooking. Maybe you can get her to hook me up a plate. I've been trying to get a plate for years now.
All right, I'm on it. I'm
You know what
on
I'm
it.
saying? And all right, so all right, so I mean, I'm not gonna hold you on here long. I mean, like I said, there's gonna be some part two shit. Like with you, I can actually like have a sit down with you. Like I can't wait till I get the studio. I'm trying to figure out my goal right now. All right, so I'll talk to you. Like I really have people ask me questions on my show because it's my show. I'm the one that's probably asking several questions, but I was part of a podcast yesterday. Shouts to Bob's podcast. Um, so I'm open
Vibes
to it.
perspective.
My man,
Mike
uh,
on the mic.
I'll send you the. It's on my page. Don't get me a line. Come on, like, I'm still getting started. I'm still learning everybody, Jay. I
Okay.
don't want to disrespect him by saying I don't know who he is, but I didn't really know who they were until my guy from Philly, because my guy from Philly came down and shout out to Who is Kravitz,
He
and he
wear
had
glasses?
no, but
Okay,
the girl
so
did.
it's a different one. Okay.
Right, all right, but the girl did. But anyway, I'm more open to answer questions. But I'm just trying to like I don't mind, like I'm open to constructive criticism. You know what I'm saying? But I said my goal for 2023, one of the main three goals, as it pertains to the field that my passion, what I'm doing right now is, for one, find a main team. I mean, I know I've been doing this shit by myself the longest time, but it's good to have a team behind you, like a power team. Pardon the pun. Get a team. You know what I'm saying? Get that studio, because I mean, I love doing this shit like I'm doing right now live, because I can connect with everybody wherever they at. But at the
Right.
same time, I would love to have that actual production, because like I can write treatments and stuff like that. You know what I mean? If you've seen any of my commercials that I do all that shit myself. All them graphics, anything you've seen posted on my page, I do that shit myself.
Okay.
Not to brag, but I'm doing it myself.
Yeah, I'm
You know what
the
I'm saying?
same way, bro. All the album covers, the logos that you see,
Mhm.
everything, that's me. I do all my own work.
And it's a pleasure, but sometimes, well, that part is a pleasure, but when you want to branch out and do the other stuff, like you like, well, shit, I'd rather sit here and design and deal with y'all niggas. No, I'm sorry, I'm joking. But the third one is, all right, so find a team, get that live studio, and just work on being a better live host. Because I mean, I love doing the podcast and stuff like that, but I still also want to get into live hosting. You know what I mean? Like, it's
Okay.
shout out to Black Boy Media and all them other guys that's already doing it, but they're my muses. I use them as muse. You know what I mean? They're my muses. So,
Okay.
you know what I mean? It's just I mean, after that D pause, after I had that D pause, that's when I really found myself and what I wanted to do. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm good at this. Why the fuck didn't I find this shit sooner?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was mentally constipated. So,
Man.
yeah,
Yeah, I've been there.
right. So,
I've been there
yeah.
more than
So,
once.
so now
More
that
than once, bro.
right. So now that we have focus and we have a blueprint, so to speak, of what we want to do moving forward and to better ourselves, and you know what I mean, better me. I mean, I have a 6-year-old, so you know what I mean, for my son and shit like that. I have to stop playing with myself. Pause. You know what I mean? Not necessarily, but somebody like you, I say all of that to say, like, somebody like you. That's why I love interviewing people like you, because not only am I talking to you and the masses can actually hear what you have to say, but I always tell people, like, y'all don't know, like, y'all talking to me, like me and you are having a conversation right now. It's just that everybody else just happens to be listening. That's
Right.
what I love about doing several questions with Stan, because I'm asking you questions from my perspective, probably from my brain, what I would ask you if I seen you on the street. Jaylee, what's going on, man? How you been? Oh, ain't shit like. And then after that, them questions that I ask you after that are the same questions you get on here. So it's like I don't want to ask no toxic questions or what you got going on in your love life and shit like. I mean, I know the podcast I was on last night was kind of raunchy, but to each his own.
Yeah.
But I like to get a raw, in-depth view of the person, what they got going on, how they feel, what started them and shit like that. Like, if you watch my videos on YouTube, they pretty much go the same format. You know what I mean? I'll switch
Okay.
it up sometimes, but this one right here is special to me because you're not just the artist, and I don't want to disrespect none of the artists, but I always say I want entrepreneurs on. If you got something going on, let me know. And I get a bunch of singers and rappers, but this is the first time I've actually got an entrepreneur on, whereas though he's not just rapping, he's doing something on, I guess, more on a macro scale, if I want to say that, not a micro scale, because you have multiple artists, and it's like, I don't want to call them your children, but you have to manage each and every one of their businesses. So I'll ask this question after all that. And
Okay.
excuse me for drawing,
No,
but
you good.
each and every artist has a certain personality to them. So I know you have a lot of artists, but just three of them right now. Just to explain three of the artists that you have, three of the most unique artists you have, and what personalities and qualities that they have about them that you just love about them?
Only for 3 of them.
I know. I just said you had a large roster. I mean, I'll say 4. I'll give you a 4th one. But you had a large roster, so I mean.
Well, on paper, I have 7.
I don't know if you want to run through all 7. I didn't think we wanted to do that. I just wanted to
We
go.
don't got to do that, so I'll give you 3 of them.
Yeah.
2 Raw.
Brittany, that's Brittany 2 Raw.
Yeah. Man, I met 2 Raw last year during CIAA. We had a event at what's the name of the dang.
Talking about a hotel?
No, nope.
I'm thinking about that's by the clocks. I'm sorry.
No, it's a big Patapsco Arena.
Oh.
We had an event. Yeah.
Okay.
Me, I did a partnership with the guy D Haven. I don't know if you're familiar with who he is.
Kinda.
But yeah, so we did an event at Patapsco Arena, and 2 Raw and her sister just walked up on me like in a real uncomfortable manner.
They pushed up. They ain't walk up. They pushed up.
Yeah. And all she said was, "Look, I just need a chance, and I'm really that. Like these people gonna catch on one way or another. I'm really that. Like I just wanna." That's all she said to me, and I was all in because of the approach, like the approach.
Right. I'm like, all right, well, you got it. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
bro. So I definitely I'd bring her up, man, because the whole scenario to how we got locked in was very unique. But one thing special about her that I like is no matter what stage she on, it could be a small stage, even at the recent show at with what's his name? The dude from New York. God dang.
New York.
I'm not a fan of him, but
I'm sad because I used to know.
Played on Wu-Tang. He played Method Man on Wu-Tang.
Oh, Dave East,
yes.
Yeah.
All right, so her and Icon just did a show with Dave East, but even in that area, like where most of the people don't know the music, they might not even know her. By the time she was done with our verse, I posted a video as a clip of it. By the time she was done our verse, the whole crowd was singing the song. And that happens everywhere we go. I don't care what stage, what club. When 2 Raw get that mic, it's like she demands the room. Not every artist have that ability.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like not every artist have the ability to make you feel everything they say, all the way down to their introduction. Like she gonna hold your attention from the moment she up there to the moment she leaves.
And it's not slow and it's not dragged out and stuff like that. Like I've heard her live and it's just like I had to hit my asthma pump because she hit me in my chest when. So I understand what you mean. I know what you mean with Britney. So, damn. Woo.
Yeah. I love Baby Sis, man. Like she different.
So what is your second one?
My second one will be Icon of God.
Icon God. So Icon is multifaceted. Let me shut up. Go ahead. You talk about it.
Yeah, man. That's what I was ready to say, man. With Icon, people don't know Icon got country music. Like real life sound like
that's wild.
He's straight out of Texas. I don't mean no country beat and he like saying no. I'm talking about literally singing country music.
I would like to hear that. He on some Kane Brown. You know this Kane Brown.
You know, not only that, but even the vlog that he dropped, he directed that vlog. Not only did he direct it, but he also did all the editing for it.
Oh shit! I need to holler him then myself on some shit. We need to collaborate on that shit.
He also great at being an engineer, and he could mix music, and he can, bruh. It's endless.
He is what we thought he was.
Absolutely.
He's Icon, the God. It's like I mean, like, all right. So I'll tell you a little quick snippet. It's not nothing really heavy, but I've seen Icon the God over the years all throughout the city. Baltimore was a very small city, and I apologize to him then, and I apologize to him now. They have not given this man his flowers because I just didn't know who he was. And it's like once I found out who he was, I didn't find out who he was till about like a year ago, and then I seen him again at the City of God's anniversary, and I'm like, "Yo, you look familiar." And he like, "You do too." I'm like, "What the fuck?" We had one of them butterfly effect moments where though we've seen each other all throughout the city, probably here and there. But I never stopped to ask him, "Hey man, what you do?" I do this, and well, I do that. You know what I mean? Like I probably could have been knew who he was, but the story doesn't really mean anything. It's just him. That's how I know him. Like
Right.
even when I seen him there, I'm like, I know you from somewhere. Yeah, you look familiar too. I'm like, oh, damn. But we could never figure it out. That's the point. We could
Mm-hmm.
never figure it out. Where we know each other from, the fact of the matter is, we're here now.
Yep.
But that's
Yep.
number two. That's number two,
Yeah.
Jay.
And for the record, I'm not pointing on favorites. I only can name 3 of the artists and talk about something unique. Like I
And
just
that
want
was
to make
on
that
me.
clear.
If y'all have a problem with
Yeah.
that, sorry about the other artists in Power by. If y'all have a problem with that, hit my DM. You get online, we can talk
I'm
about
just
it.
making
But
that
I
clear. They know where I stand. I love
oh
the
yeah,
whole
yeah, of
thing.
course. I'll fall on the sword for you this time.
Yeah. Yeah. And the third one I would say Muwap, man.
Ooh, wow. Ooh.
Yeah, Muwap.
You had to throw the Scorpios in there. Shots Scorpios.
Yeah, when I met Muwap, I was at a open mic, and when she came in, I ain't know who she was at the time. Like I wasn't familiar, with who she was or anything that was going on at that point.
Was you down the garage?
No, I was at there's a spot out in Essex, man. It was deep Essex too. I
Oh, you
drove
talking
far.
about Kiss Taste Lounge, Kiss Lounge,
Taste, it
Taste.
might be Taste. It
Yeah,
might
yeah,
be one.
yeah. I've been up. Yeah, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. But yeah, proceed.
So I was there, and I went there to support DJ Duke, and
I was just with him. Yeah, so go ahead.
yeah, I went there to support DJ Duke, and she happened to be there. But make a long story short, when she performed, like her demeanor was different. Like that joint was like,
So
I said, dang.
I'm guessing she played Trap Baby. What was it? Is Trap Baby?
Yeah, she performed Wrong Time, a song that she got with Box Check, and she performed Trench Baby.
Trench, not Trench.
Yeah,
Trench, yeah.
but it was the Wrong Time was the one that caught me.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that because is that because Box Check was already with you?
No,
I'm gonna get a little.
but that's
I'm
when
a
I
little
was real
cynical right
Check.
now. Huh?
Check wasn't with me at that time.
Oh, history. All right. So all right. I'm sorry. I digress. But Check wasn't. Oh shit. So you just heard both, and here we are today, and both of them are underneath the Power by umbrella.
Yeah, I know about Check because he used to him and Remy used to do a lot of work together
Mm-hmm.
as far as the music is concerned. So that's how I knew about Check. But back then, we wasn't locked in yet. In fact, that day is what initiated us locking in. Check was performing, and I was like behind him, like cause the place set up a little strange. But anyway, I was coming from the bathroom, so I was behind him, and while he was performing, he just like looked back and had this weird look.
Sounds like he give. Yeah.
Yeah. So honestly, I ain't know what the look meant. Like I ain't know how to take the look. It wasn't a negative look, but I just ain't know what was going through his mind for real.
You can never tell.
Yeah. So at the end, he said, "Big bro, I had a vision while I was performing. I think it's meant for us to lock in."
His third eye open.
Yeah, man. So we had a conversation like that next day. We had a meeting, and we made a decision to lock in, which was a crazy time for Power too, because in a sense I had just, in a sense I had like just cleaned house, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like I was down to one artist. Prior to that, I had like two. I had like 2 or 3 artists. But I was down to the original one. And I was in the process of rebranding because I felt like what I was doing wasn't making sense just yet. So I'm like, all right, maybe I need to rebrand. Maybe I need to do something different so that I can start drawing people to what I'm doing. And that's what happened, man. You know, like me and Check Lock and them was a major part of that rebrand process.
Oh, you scooped you a prime time free agent with that one. I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna hold you. Like, yeah, like, oh, I check with like, and then at this time, like you said, I'm like, he signed with who? Who the fuck is Power? But hey, I'm giving you your flowers. I'm like, who the hell? I thought he was gonna be gone. Like, we wouldn't have seen him no more. But I'm glad that he's still here. But not to go too much forward, because you talked about Muwa being your third, but what was, because you talked about each and every, you talked about the first 2 qualities, but what was her qualities and her approach? Because the reason why I'm asking is because I know her before Power Bar. I know when she was just trash bag moody, and I was down in the garage at the Rock the Mic Thursdays, and she was part of the trash bag crew. So how was that transition? Because basically she wasn't officially, she wasn't officially on papers with them before she came with you. Am I right on that?
Yeah. So I don't really know that's, you know, that complete setup.
Okay, well, I'll leave it alone. If you don't know, you don't know. I'm just asking. I'm asking you the question.
My only requirement was that. So even though it's business, I look at everything from a family perspective. So before I even sat down with Watt, that was one of the things I said to her. Hey, I can't sit down with you until everything with home base is good and we're able to sit down. Because I don't do nigga business.
Oh.
You get what I'm saying? So
finish what you're saying and then explain that to me.
Yeah, so I don't really know what was going on with that situation. All I know is when I seen her, I said to myself, I'm like, damn, she a star. And I asked, I said, yo, matter of fact, me, Check, Diesel, Watt, and there was one other person. We was all walking out from the spot we was at, right? And I said to Check, I said, bro, I don't know who she is. Like, she too nice for me not to know who she is. So, you know, Check, like, yeah, that's baby sis. You know, that's a proud big brother moment for Check.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, like she a problem. She crazy with it. And man, the next time I seen her was at City of God, she performed. It was just the aura, bro. Like,
Scorpios have strong energies. I don't want to keep talking about Zodiac, but we have strong energies. You'll know when we in the building.
Yeah, it was like, bro, if me and Check walk into an area, we just naturally demand that attention. Like, WAP is the same as a female. Like, she can go into a room, and I feel like people gonna ask, like,
you ain't never lying, because
who is she?
All right, so I'll give you my personal testimony before I let you continue. Like, and I felt the same way because I wasn't always cool with them niggas. You know, I was just bouncing around from showcase to showcase doing my A&R thing. You know, and so Trash Bag was a crew. It wasn't just her. It was Raj, Conan. But I'm like, but when she came on, when it was her turn, and like you said, when Trench Baby came on, I'm like, you know, you make that face like how my face is now. But when Trench Baby, I was like,
yeah, it was like what?
Whole time, like,
she knows something.
And that same statement that you made, where he's like, yo, I almost was like Arsenio Hall when they ain't telling about how good the cheese was. I was ready to slap somebody. Why you ain't tell me the cheese was this good? God damn, why you ain't tell me she was on here rocking like this? Who the fuck is she? Well, that's Moody. Moody who? God damn, shit knocking.
Yeah.
So my next question to you was, all right, so when you came, did you come, all right, so after you heard her and all that good shit, she probably didn't know who you were.
I didn't even know she was on. I didn't even know she was there. She said she slept on that song. Check made her push it.
Shouts about Check know what he doing.
He got an ear. He got
He
an
got an
ear for
ear.
sure. Like he got that ear.
So was it one of those nights where though you walked up to her or she walked up to you? I'm guessing it's the latter, but you're
Nah,
probably saying it's the primary.
so when I first met WAP, right?
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's a whole story connected.
We might have to do a part two on this, but like
Yeah,
if you want
yeah.
like
So I ain't gonna go into the whole, but it was really when I first met WAP. No, we ain't had no conversation. Like if WAP don't know you, she don't talk to you. Like
because
it, it,
she never really said much to me either. I know I was
that's
trying.
what I'm saying. So
It's
if she ain't
the
already,
Scorpio thing.
yeah, she ain't one of them friendly people that's just gonna sit around talk to you. If she don't know you, she gonna WAP went and jumped in the whip with the windows rolled up. I was talking to her and everything. She ain't never look over or respond. Right? So
I'm not that harsh.
I approached her though at the COG event, like when she went up there to check. Man, like I said, it was just the demeanor. It was just that was the moment for me. Like, even though she was in City of Gods, it was like as she was performing, I could see her on a big stage. And I told her, I said, man, I want to work with you. Like, we gotta lock in. You know, I gotta. And yeah, from that moment it's been history. But I said something to sis, and I stand on it. I said I'm gonna turn you from. I think I said something to the nature of I'm gonna turn you from the female that can rap to the star. Like I'm gonna push you to the front. It ain't gonna. It's never gonna be no more background for you. It's always gonna be front line.
And I've always I mean, you're not the first. Of course, you're not the first label owner I've talked to, but you are the first to be transparent to me in explaining how, even in those 3 short stories, how artists that are signed with you came about. Now, I'm not trying to deride or whatever and stuff like that, but it's just like talking to you, and if I was an artist and how you treat them and how we've been talking, I'd listen to your conversation. I ain't gonna say I'd sign with you, but I listen to your conversation because at least you got that. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? The conversations that happen with you and your artist, to me personally, seem like they're so genuine and so home style, not in a good way. Home style in a good way, where though somebody could feel comfortable being in that circle and being in a team. So, well, I say all that to say, what are the biggest pros? I'll get to the cons in a little bit. But what are the biggest pros of having artists like that believe in you? And then I won't say the cons are the same way, but the cons are different. But what are the pros of having? All right, so what are the pros of having a solid team? Because you said 7 artists, and to me, doing A&R shit, that's a lot.
That's a lot, for sure, for sure. The pros in having a team that believe in you.
The pros are, all right, so we won't say believe me, but the pros of having that many artists right now on a current roster. Because yeah, all right, let's be honest, you're not Def Jam, you're not Rockefeller, you're not
Yeah.
Atlantic, you're Power by. So having 7 artists being that's I was and I just violated my own rule because I said I swear I wouldn't tiptoe, but I was because I'm still trying to get my legs underneath this media shit. But I'll ask you this question because I fuck with
Okay.
you. You have 7
Yeah.
artists. Is everybody eating equally?
Yeah. So the way it works, the artists determine everybody eating.
Okay, I mean that was an open-ended question. Like I wasn't looking for I was just looking for the answer that you were gonna give me, and that's you know what I mean that's all I was asking. Like because 7 art, like I said, I did the A&R work, and I might have
Mm-hmm.
been dealing with 1, 2 artists at a time, and that shit went. I said I gotta get the fuck out of this. I gotta do media.
You
I'm
went
gone.
crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah, I get it.
yeah, man. Audacity, 2022 word, audacity. So with you and 7 artists, and not just 7 artists, like
See, but you got to keep in mind too with my team. I don't have 7 regular artists.
I was great, and that's what I was going to say. Like, you don't just have 7. You have 7 people that probably by themselves can go somewhere else and carry that, and be the the banner or the staple of said label.
Yeah,
But you have 7.
every artist that's
You
on
got
Power, bro.
Leak, Brittany, Mua, Box. You know what I'm saying? And even other ones I don't know yet. So, what are you doing with all that? How do you balance all that?
Honestly, bro, my team is how I balance it. You know, like Power got a team of 20 people.
Of course, you got. So see, that's what I'm saying. You got you. So you don't just have the artist, and it's just you
No,
because you know how.
it's
I,
it's
I'll
myself.
be, I'll give you a transparent story, and you can relate. You probably can relate to this, whether it was in the beginning of Power by, or currently. But you know how you'll meet a guy. So me doing A&R work, right? So say your heart, you got it's a nice artist out there, and I'm going up, I'm walking up to him, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, I'm doing my job, I'm networking. Hey, how you doing? I'm BlackStan. I do blog writing, I do this, that, and the third. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, I would love to get you for an interview. Oh yeah, yeah. You got to talk to my manager. Well, where is he? He right here. Oh, that nigga that been in the corner the whole time, acting like he was on the phone. He ain't even paying. You see what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
then when I talk to this nigga, he doesn't know what the hell the first thread of being a manager really entails. And it's just
mm,
like, it's frustrating. It's just like, so when I get around guys like you who have a blueprint and have stuff laid out, like, I don't deal with managers. And that's one of me reasons why I got into media, because I was like, I'm getting tired of dealing with the homeboy manager. How many
mm,
times have you dealt with the homeboy manager?
right.
You ready to tell me something, I know.
No,
Preach.
no. I said I get what you're saying. Um,
Yeah.
that 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 happens more times than often. That's for sure. That's for sure. But guess what though, bro? I just want be devil's advocate on that.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was once the homeboy manager.
Oh, God. This is some exclusive shit. Oh, and BlackStan gets it. Oh, I'm so happy. Because this is I love testimonies because it makes people better.
Max, what's up, bro?
It makes testimonies make people better because they can hear where somebody went left and then they can go ahead and go right. If I went left and I went wrong and I can tell you to go right before you go left like I did, I'm gonna do it. But continue. I want to hear this one.
Yeah, I was once the homeboy manager that you speak of. I ain't really, understand nothing much about business at one point. I just I always was when it came to anything, bro. Like I don't care what environment, what lifestyle.
Mm,
I was always in a position of leadership, and my job was always to get us there.
mm.
That's always been my role in life. If somebody say, what's something that's part of your purpose? I'm like, man, it's my purpose to get us there.
And now, so see, now you make me feel bad about saying that term. But when I say hope, but see, you are a homeboy manager that actually had a plan, though. Like
I
you.
didn't at first.
Oh, you
That's
didn't.
what I'm saying.
All right. So tell me that part about it. I mean, if you can, like the part where you just where you weren't getting it. Like, what was going through your head at that time? Like, your homeboy rapping, he wants you to be his manager, and you're like, well, I don't really know how to manage, but you managed to find out how to manage, and that little space where you didn't know shit to where you are now. That little space, like, explain to me what happened with that.
Man, I honestly, bro, I learned everything through trial and error.
Trial by fire, my favorite type.
Trial and error, bro. Unfortunately, we live in a world where you could seek the mentor, like you could seek the teacher,
Mm-hmm.
and he ain't willing to mentor nothing, and he ain't willing to teach nothing. So it wasn't no easier way for me but to bump my head. All right, cool. So now I know if this occur again, I go this way, because when I went left that way,
It hurt.
it hurt and it destroyed everything.
Been there, done that. Bought the T-shirt. Like, told you, like, I got hollered at you first quarter. But and so all right. So what are the down? What were some of the cons of being the person that you are right now? Not actual cons where those are detriment, because I know you're all about growth and moving your and pushing your label forward. But it's just what are some of the moments, like I'll say cons, but what are some of the moments like, God, I wish I'd have. What are some of those moments? Just give me, if you got one, that's good too. But what are one of the moments where though you feel as though what you doing was a con instead of just a pro? It was a negative instead of a plus. I'm not trying to be negative, but you know.
Yeah. So I think the only con is remember I was talking about that progression piece, early on in the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
If I feel like the team not progressing, that shit disrupts my whole life.
So right. So the one con. So all right. So I'm trying to understand. The one con that you do have is just what that you did have or do have, whatever. It was just like you said. If it's not progression, that sounds like it's just mental, because you want stuff to progress. That's the only reason. That's not the only reason, but that's one of the reasons why you're doing this thing, to move forward and to elevate.
No,
And
it's more than just a mental. It's even a emotional aspect to that.
all
You
right.
get
Let's
what I'm
speak on that.
saying? Because it's like, if you're not progressing, I mean, ultimately you fail in the family. Everybody that's trusting you to hold it up, you just freely dropping them and letting them hit the ground.
And that's never good for a person in a position like you are.
Kinda, because that's a different type of pressure.
It's a different type of pressure, right? Right. Because you are held, unfortunately, but fortunately, or fortunately, but unfortunately, however, whichever one you want to put first, you are held to a certain
Damn,
standard
the
that,
con is not trusting the process. Damn, that's good. You right.
shout out to my followers, shout out to people in the comments. They drop gems too. They won't sit on YouTube, but we can speak on that. The con is not trusting the process. Like, that's like saying that you're doing everything that you're doing, Jaylee, with all the art that you have them all underneath your wing and stuff like that. But when you're alone by yourself, you don't really trust what you're doing. So I'll piggyback off of that pinned comment. Are there any moments where you feel as though what you're doing is in vain and it's not gonna turn out the way you want it to turn out? It's just a question.
Yeah.
Don't shoot me. So I was joking. But is
Nah.
that all right? If do you have any of those moments, or did you ever have any of those moments? I'll lengthen the the range.
Yeah, I had that. I had that moment, man. Yeah.
How did I mean? I'm not trying to get all Dr. Phil on you, but like, how did it make you feel? As though like you still have to face said artists or people who are underneath of you, even though in the dark, your confidence level might not have been where you wanted to be, but you still had to be strong in the face of your artists who you were supporting, even though you knew in the back of your mind you might have been feeling some sort of way. How did that feel, or did it ever happen?
I don't really understand your question.
All right, so let's just say you're lacking confidence. I mean, power by ain't doing what I thought it was supposed to do.
Oh, listen, bro. I feel that way. All right, so it's 7 artists, right?
Right.
Five
And then you got to face them.
5 of them could get signed right now, multi-million-dollar deals.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to still be like, damn, Jaylee, you fucked that up. You still got 2 more that ain't get signed.
Oh, okay. See, damn. Oh, okay. I got
You follow me?
Now I do, yeah. So yeah, right. So it's like the only thing that will fuck up your mental at this point is if that you couldn't launch everybody that you promised.
That's it.
All right, then
That's the focus. It's my job to get us through, and I take that job serious. That I hold that job dear to me.
I mean, I wasn't trying to get all law and order on you, but I have to ask these questions. You understand? I have to ask these questions. They're pertinent to me and to the people that's watching this and stuff like that, and to us. Like, cause now I feel as though everybody that I've had an interview with, now when I see them again in person, our conversations can be a little bit more expanded. Now I can tell you because it's like I said, 7 questions with Stan is all about a simple conversation between me and that person that's on there. If anybody else is listening and they want to chime in, they do. I don't just look at it as a formal podcast where I'm writing down. I don't write down my questions.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like Jay-Z or some shit like that. I don't write my lyrics. I don't write down my questions. We are just talking. Like if I be able to say, hey, what's up, Jay? What's up, yo, Jay? Come here, I'm gonna buy you a couple shots. Come on, let's sit down and talk and shit like that. That's how I like to run my format. People are different, so I appreciate. Like I said, every time somebody comes on, I might say like a lush, but I might have to appreciate you about 4, 5, 6 times, like because again, you could be anywhere in the world telling anybody else your story, but you're giving your story to me and telling me stuff that I would have never known, or anybody that's listening would have ever known about you. Not just about what you're going on, because you just told me about stuff that goes on inside your mind,
Yeah, yeah,
and
facts.
that's huge. A lot of people don't do that, especially in this city. So, you know what I mean? Shouts to the Power by movement, but you know you're coming back for a part 2. You know that, right?
Yeah, for
Right.
sure, bro.
First quarter,
Anytime.
second quarter, first quarter, second quarter, we're gonna have to lock you in because you got stuff going on, and you're a very busy man. So move up. So far, move up. Before I let you go, move up. Yeah, I mean, her album's out. Without disclosing too much information, if there's a secret drop or anything like that, I'll shut up. But who's next on the docket? Who can I look forward to next from the Power by Movement team?
Too raw.
Oh, you killing with the ladies.
Yeah,
I'm
one
here
one
with the
123.
really
1123. Yes, sir. And Icon and T Raw got a single that's dropping December the 10th.
December the 10th. I would
Track
love to.
the track called Slide.
December the 10th. Can I get 15 seconds of that snippet on the 7th? See, me being in media, I gotta ask those type of questions. Can I get like 15 seconds before everybody else get it? You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't, you know what I mean? But if not, it's all to the good. I gotta work my way up to that. But I appreciate you, Jaylee. I don't, cause like for media purposes, I mean for time purposes. Once I download this shit, I gotta take it off Instagram. I'll edit all this last part shit out.
Gotcha.
But I appreciate you. You're the motherfucking man for this. This has been Several Questions with Stan, special edition with Jaylee. Y'all don't understand how busy this man is, and this man gave me some of his time on a motherfucking Thursday to answer a few of my questions. I probably took 30, 40 minutes of this man's time. He could be doing anything with his team right now, and he gave me that time. So I'm humble, and I want y'all to be humble, especially in 2023. 2022 was all about audacity. Let's switch that. 2023 is about humbleness. Be humble. Be happy. Be proud of where you're going, but never forget and appreciate where you came from. Keep that humbleness. It's BlackStan Entertainment with my guy powered by
Yes,
Jaylee,
sir.
and we out. Thanks, bro.
Already, man.
Nothing like this on stage, screen, radio, TV, or cable, baby. This is an exclusive.